So what we're looking at today is composition and linear combinations. It says just to perform the indicated operation, and the operation that it's indicating is right there. So the circle is composition. Okay, when you compose functions, what you're doing is you're plugging a function into the other function. So another way to write this, and you'll see this sometimes, you'll see h of g of x. So if you notice, the g of x is inside of the h. So the g is what's getting plugged into the h function. So whatever's second always gets plugged into the first one. So the way I do this is I rewrite the first function, so in this case the h function, I rewrite it, but without the variable. And wherever the variable is, you plug in the other function. So I'm going to put the g function in here, so a squared plus 1. And then I simply simplify, combine like terms, multiply, whatever you need to do, whatever you can do, do it. So this 2 is going to get distributed. I have 2a squared plus 2, and then drop that minus 2, and you can pretty quickly see that the 2 minus 2 will cancel out, and all that's left is 2a squared. So then I write h of g of x, or a in this case, equals 2a squared. So that's all there is to it. You plug the second one into the first one. Okay, so this second problem here, the f function is getting plugged into the g function. So I'm going to rewrite the g function without the x's. And in their place, I'm going to put empty parentheses. Inside those empty parentheses, I'm simply going to put the f function. So I have 4x plus 2 going into both empty parentheses. And then I just do what it says. So this one's going to be fun because I have to cube this 4x plus 2. So I have to take 4x plus 2 times itself 3 times. And see what I get. So you take one pair at a time. So start with the 4x, or the first pair. So 4x times 4x gives me 16x squared. 4x times the 2 is 8x, and then another 8x, and then plus 4. Now I'm going to combine these 8x's, and then I'm going to take what I got here from squaring it and multiply. I'm going to drop down the next binomial and multiply that. So now I'm going to take the each of the pieces here and distribute it into the next parentheses. So I have 16x squared times 4x give me 64x cubed, and then 16x squared times the 2 give me 32x squared, and then I've got 16x times the 4x give me another 64, this time x squared, then 16x times the 2 give me 32x. And finally I have this 4 that needs to distribute. I got 4 times 4x will be 16x. 4 times the 2 will be 8. And then combine any like terms that I got. So 64x cubed got 32x squared plus 64x squared. So that's going to be a 96x squared. And then I have 32 plus the 16, that's going to be 48x. And then I drop down the 8. Okay, so we cubed we dealt with this stuff. Now we're going to deal with the rest of it. Now, fortunately, we already took care of this. We squared 4x plus 2 when we did this part here. So this is 4x plus 2 squared. So I don't need to redo that, which is nice. But this minus 5 in front, I'll need to distribute that. So I'm going to just copy over the 16x squared plus 16x plus 4. And then I simply distribute the negative 5 into that. And I'll combine any like terms with what I had from this. So the negative 5 times 16 is going to be 80, negative 80 x squared. Negative 5 times the 16x, going to be another negative 80. This time an x, negative 5 times the 4, negative 20. So the red guys there are going to get combined with the blue ones from the first group. And then I'll be done. So there's not another x cubed term, so I'm just going to drop that, 64x cubed. Then I've got 96x squared minus 80x squared, so that's going to be 16x squared. And I have 48x minus 80x, so that's going to be 32, negative 32x. And I have 8 minus 20, negative 12. Now everything's combined, so I'm all finished. So g of f of x is equal to all of that. So that's about as tough as they get when you have to cube something else. 3 and 4, those are linear combinations, and these are simpler. So you just do what it says here. So 2h means I need to take 2 of the h functions, and then minus 3g means I need to take negative 3 of those. So I need to subtract 3 of those. So first thing I'm going to do is distribute the number that it gives me. So 2 is going to go into a squared plus 3a, and then the minus 3 is going to go into the 4a plus 2. All right, so that 2 times a squared is 2a squared. 2 times the 3a plus 6a, and then negative 3 times the 4, negative 12a, and negative 3 times 2, negative 6. Then I finally combine like terms. There's not another a squared, so we just drop that down. And then the 6a minus 12, negative 6a, and then drop the negative 6. And then label it. So I have 2h minus 3g of a. All right, so that's all we do with the linear combinations. If you have questions, let me know.